2,000 years ago, the world called him many names. Some said he was a warrior. Some said he was a guardian. Some whispered he was the last of an ancient order that protected realms humans were never meant to see. But time buried his story. Until now. His name was Kael. When lightning split the sky over the quiet town of Ridgefall, nobody knew what was coming. Nobody paid attention to the tremor that shook the old train tracks. Nobody noticed the ripple in the air behind the abandoned factory. But at exactly 3:17 a.m., he appeared. A man, barefoot, covered in dust of an age long gone. Eyes confused, scanning the night like he was searching for a world he remembered, but couldn't find. His chest rose with a slow, shaking breath, as if air itself felt unfamiliar to him. He whispered to the wind, barely audible, "This is not my time." The first person to find him was Mia Rivers, a night shift nurse driving home. Her headlights hit the figure standing motionless in the road. She slammed on the brakes. "Sir, are you hurt?" she called. Kael turned toward her, eyes ancient and gentle. He studied her clothing, the car, the streetlights humming behind her. "What world is this?" he asked. Mia blinked. "America? Ridgefall? Are you okay? Do you need help?" Kael's brows tightened. "These names, I do not know them." She noticed scars on his arms, deep, patterned, almost ceremonial. Not fresh, not modern. "Were you in an accident?" she asked. He shook his head slowly. "No, I returned." Mia took him to the hospital, but doctors found something impossible. His blood carried traces of minerals no longer found on Earth's surface. His bone density was unlike anything in their records. His fingerprints weren't in any database. His language patterns didn't match any known dialect. But the strangest part was the band around his wrist. A metallic cuff etched with symbols that glowed faintly whenever he whispered in the old tongue. When the doctor asked him where he got it, Kael answered softly, "I forged it, the night my kingdom fell." Rumors spread through the hospital. Strange man, unknown language, ancient scars. When authorities arrived, Kael stood from the bed. "No chains. I have worn enough." Mia stepped between him and the officers, voice trembling but firm. "He's not dangerous," she said. "He's lost." Kael looked at her with gratitude, a look that carried centuries of loneliness. Later that evening, Mia found him staring out the window at the city skyline. The glowing lights reflected in his eyes like fragments of a future he never saw. "What happened to you?" she asked. He took a slow breath. "My world died," he said. 2,000 years ago, I was sworn to guard the Celestium Gate, a passage between realms." Mia frowned. "Realms? Like dimensions?" Kael nodded. "When the invaders came, we sealed the gate with our lives. I was the last to enter the light. I thought I died." He paused. "But the gate sent me forward." She stared at him. "Why now? Why here?" Kael's eyes softened with sorrow. "Because the gate is opening again." That night the town trembled. Lights flickered. Animals howled. Phones glitched with symbols no one could explain. Kael stepped outside, wind whipping around him though the street was still. He whispered in the ancient tongue, and his wrist cuff responded, glowing with a soft, warm pulse. Mia followed him, heart racing. "Kael, stop! You can't just walk into the middle of the night!" Kael raised his head. "I feel it," he murmured. Something crossed the veil. "What does that mean?" He looked at her with eyes full of centuries of battle, loss, and duty. "It means your world is now in danger." A low hum traveled through the street, deep, resonant, like the sound of a massive chord struck beneath the earth. Car alarms flickered on. Streetlights buzzed. Kael tightened his fist. His aura, once quiet, shifted into something powerful, determined, warrior-like. "I was the last guardian," he said. "I must become one again." Mia swallowed hard. "Why? Why you? After everything you've lost?" Kael stepped closer, voice gentle. "Because I was given a second life. Your world gave me breath again. Now I give it mine." A tear escaped Mia's eye. She wiped it quickly, but Kael noticed. "Do not fear." "I'm not scared," she lied. He smiled faintly. "Your eyes say otherwise." Then the ground shook, this time stronger. Windows rattled. A distant roar echoed across the valley, unlike anything human. Mia grabbed his arm. "Kael, what is that?" He looked toward the darkness, toward something only he could sense. "That," he said, voice deepening with the weight of destiny, "is why I returned." As the roar grew louder, the sky above Ridgefall split with a thin crack of blue light, like the beginning of a tear in reality. Mia whispered, terrified, "Is that the—" Kael nodded slowly, eyes blazing with determination. "It begins." He stepped forward into the trembling wind, his presence suddenly stronger, as if the warrior he once was had awakened fully. Before he went, he turned to her one last time. "If I do not return, remember I already walked through time once. I can do it again." He stepped toward the glowing horizon, a warrior, reborn after 2,000 years. A guardian, answering a call only he could hear. A man, fighting for a world that wasn't even his. And this was only the beginning.